Okay, thank you, Mandy. Appreciate it. Okay, right. Today is the 2nd of June, Wednesday. All right. Today's caption is Economic 101. Commodities must go up first. All right. I think I have done this before in MAO. I talk about this regarding about why commodity prices have to be going up first, because this is a very, very Economic 101 cyclical pattern. All right. Later you will see a chart and I will show you why Tom Lee, yes, Tom Lee, all right, is so bullish on crude oil prices. Now, it was just only a couple of days ago when people asked me about crude oil, and I said that, right, crude oil can go past $70, if not even $80. I said that, and apparently it's all right. That was what I said a few days ago. Then this morning, all right, on CNBC, Tom Lee was being asked, and of course, he also said the same thing. So, wow, I said, wow, okay, pretty cool, right? So let's just see what he has to offer. Let's see, okay, all right. So, right. So the thing is this, some people, ask me, not say ask me, sorry, the wrong word to use. Some people actually go around me, all right, and say that Cal, every morning do the MAO itself is a waste of time. He covers things that is not important. He covers things that is so redundant. He covers things that is so screwed to one side, or he doesn't show stuff that people want to hear. End of the day is this, I tell myself that, the reason why we have this MAO is because I'm doing your homework every morning for you, all right? First of all, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. That is for sure. All right. Some people say, Cal, how we know that we got 5 a.m.? Well, if you actually in this, we have this TWB news, whereby it's only for people who want to get some important news that's circulating in the market. All right. So every morning itself, right, once I'm awake, I'll read through everything first, whatever is important or it makes sense to you. All right, or I think it's relevant to you, I will actually post it. Now you will if you look at the TWB news group, the posting is always about 5 a.m. So seriously, it's not a robot. Robot, you can pump in anything that you want to pump. But when you do this share from the mainstream media or any website and then share to Telegram, you need to be a physical person. And I'm very sure that I'm very sure that this I know that Ben is not around by then already. He'll be sleeping. Then Susan maybe not up yet at 5 a.m. So definitely it should only be me. All right. So that is a way to validate lah. But again, I'm not here to tell you that I'm good or whatever, but it takes effort. Then after that 5 a.m., I will sit down in front of the television. I watch the CNBC. I'll listen to what they have to say while I search through the internet to basically do what I think I'll share this to you. Now think about this is all right. Every day the content is almost different, all right? Other than the usual stuff, the rest of the thing is almost different every morning. And I take the extra effort to really get you started. So end of the day is people who don't like it, I will just simply say that you can just skip this MAO. You don't even bother to come in. That is the easiest thing to do. If you only like certain part of MAO, then I give you an example. You can actually wait for me to finish the MAO. Then after that, go to the area that you want to listen, and that's it, all right? You don't need to stay up and then listen to me the whole entire MAO and get angry, correct or not? In life itself, right, life is very short. Do what you like, all right? I cannot be the best. I'm not the best trainer. I'm not the best economist or analyst. You just have to, if this is what I can deliver, I give to you, right? I think that will be more than I can give. If you want to have more those economics, those very chim stuff, those very powerful stuff, then maybe you go to another trainer. I mean, they are better than me, I'm sure, right? I mean, put it this way, I'm not even a university graduate. So likely itself, right, my command of English and everything itself is not there. Okay, so I apologize on that, but I'm really putting a lot of effort to help you guys to make money from the market. All right. So I hope you understand this. If you don't like my MAO, just skip it. Okay, just skip it. It's okay. Anyways, MAO is only for students. Okay, all right. So don't worry about that. All right. All right, thank you so much. Okay, for those who appreciate, then I will really thank you for that. For those who don't appreciate, just move on, okay? No need to stay on. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Again, this voice is cute, right? Okay, thank you, Gerald. Gerald, yeah, a bit tired, definitely for sure. So because the pain is there. So that's why, definitely it's not gonna help me have a good rest. Okay, so why commodities is something that I want to, come back again. Because you must understand this. There is a rationale for everything. And as a trader, you need to know exactly what is what is the thing that is going to hit you next. All right, we trade because we expect something to happen soon. Like I said, you buy stocks because you expect the share price to go higher. You buy commodities because you know that commodity price will go higher, things like that. Okay, so you look at what happened now. This is from Bloomberg Commodity Index. Okay, you can see that the price increases for selected commodities from March 2020 to March 2021. And you look at it itself, right? You can see that this is ethanol, cotton, crude oil, fertilizer, right? It's up by about 20 to 30%. But the one that go crazy is copper price and lumber. Oh my God, look at it. They're up by 64% to 73%. Wow, this is really incredible. So will this actually create a problem? Definitely, it will definitely create a problem to people, because end of the day is, all right, people to pay more money. And who pay? The consumer pays. That's how it works, okay, in the real world. All right, indeed, okay. So thank you for those who replied. Thank you so much. Thank you for your appreciation. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Toming. Thank you, Carl, Eric, Alvin, Henry, Fred, PH Tan. Okay. All right. Thank you for appreciating this, Philip, Judy. Okay. Thank you. I will do that. the pandan water. Okay. All right. So I think basically I just recently I went vegetarian, right? So maybe I take too much bean curds. So that's why that causes the problem. Okay, so maybe that is a one, guys. To say I'm trying to see where my problem is. Okay, anyway, this is the thing here. So what does it really create? What problem will it create to us? Now let me just share with you. Okay, let's see. Now this is a very, very nice chart. Now this is the economic cycle versus the stock market cycle. Okay, all right, take a look here itself. Now, this is how it works, okay? When the stock market is at the early bull, you have 8 and number 4. Number 8 is transportation. Number 4 is financial. So you agree, right? If you look back 1 year ago in March period, we will see that, right? The bank shares were the one bottoming out after they sold down terribly. And after that, they are the first one to bottom out. And then after that, it started to move. Then gradually, right, if the market is recovering, you will see sector number 7, which is capital goods, will move up. Then if the market is near the late bull, we will have this number 6, which is basic industry market, all right? Then of course, if we're near the top, number 9 and number 11 will be there, which is energy and precious metal. So now don't you realize that we are now talking about precious metal? We are talking about energy. Yeah, which means that, right, you don't, 6 months ago, you don't hear people talk about energy. 6 months ago, you don't talk about precious gold. But you must understand one thing. The smart money are the ones that will buy 6 months ago. And 6 months later, they will bring it up on the table and talk about it. And that is when they want to exit from the market. But because the market now realize that, hey, it's actually the new Fed right now, right? There will be another wave of upside first because of this moment. So that's why number 9 and number 11, which is energy and precious metal, in my opinion, will have some more legs to go higher first before we actually come to a point of peak. And if we want to know when is the market going to turn, you look at number 3 and number 1. Number 3 will be healthcare, and the number 1 will be the consumer non-cyclical in sectors. That is where you will know that, hey, somewhere we are near there already, because that is where usually we call as early bear. So of course, this is not 100%. This is just only, a showing of to show you how it works. But of course, end of the day is that you must understand this, as you can see on this chart here itself, right? Normally, when the commodities peak, right, it will be peaking later. So I repeat. Usually stock market will peak first, then commodities later. So which means that, right, if there will be any rally later on this year itself, right, you will see that commodity prices will just rocket through the roof, but then stock market may not follow. And of course, you would have to ask me, say, Kel, is it because that is the point whereby, the later round stock market will go up again? Well, I wouldn't think so, because you must understand now we are actually now in our 13th bull year. Okay, 13. Now, normally bull market is about 5 years to 7 years. This time is 13. Now, because we actually prolonged this bull with more than $4.5 trillion inside the market. So you must understand this, okay? This is a very important chart that you may want to consider. So next time ever, if you're still going to do any more MAO 2 years down the road, then maybe this will help you guys a lot, okay? But of course, again, you ask me, Kel, will you be doing this forever? I'll tell you upfront, no, all right? I have my own thing to do. I also want to take a break. Doing this every morning itself is very nice. It's very fruitful. and I love your appreciation, but it cannot be always, and it's very tiring for me. Trust me on this. Okay, all right. So this is the multi-asset investment clock, which I like, and this is a new one. This is a new one from City Investment, and I like it very much because it tells you even much more deeper stuff. So you can see that, right, when the market is at the booming stage itself, large cap will be moving up, easy money will always be around, which is what you're seeing right now, and commodity prices will be there. Then, of course, rising real estate. Now, yesterday we have a very, very interesting. Yesterday I think was one of the most interactive Super Tuesday we have for a long, long while. And because I think that property agents and those are involved in this sector, they came in and shared their expertise, and I really love it. And this tells you very clearly that the real estate prices are really going up. So this is where it's perfect. You see, when we have this sort of very big community, we can actually share our views, right? We can learn from one another. And this basically tells you that we are probably near there. And of course, when this is happening, right, the next thing will have to happen is the interest on the short-term government bonds, which we are seeing right now. And obviously, it's right, there is a speculation about whether there will be a raising of interest rates. So you know that if the interest rate really goes up, right, by default, stock market shares will come off. But that means falling already. That means already on the progression of that. So the peak will always be between the commodity running and the real estate point and the potential raising interest rate during this area. So that means that the area that we need to be concerned is only when you see this. We are near the area of between commodities, real estates, and potential interest rates. So when we are going to see this thing running, so we are roughly near the peak. And that is whereby, right, why now a lot of this fund managers are telling you 2022 to 2023, the market may actually hit a peak soon, something like that, okay? So that is the thing to explain. So you can see that I really do a lot of research for you to explain things to you. I'm not calling for a peak, but I'm just telling you that this is what we are seeing right now. And as a trader, as an investor, you need to know where the position of the boys are, okay? So you got an idea now? Yeah. So I hope you guys appreciate this and like it. If you like this, sharing itself, right? Please just give me the like button. I think that no one give me a like button under now. Okay, give me a like button on top, right? The comment love, or the like and comment, underneath the title, please like it. And of course, if you can, you can send me the emoticons, and then after that, you can actually, like that as well. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, so please love or like, or whatever. If you're angry, also can put on the top part, okay, where you see this posting. Okay, all right. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. So the thing is this, I keep on saying this, you never need to fight the Fed because the bull market can be fatigued, but as long Treasuries, Federal Reserve is pumping the money into the bull, right? Now there will be a point whereby the bull just get, okay, enough is enough. No matter how much blue clothes you pump into me, I'm not able to take it anymore. There will be a point like this, definitely. So mark my word itself, there will be a day when Federal Reserve pump in so much money, the government pump in so much effort, but the market to tell you, okay, enough is enough. There will be that point. But at the moment now, it seems that market is still there. It's still pushing and still pushing. All right, thank you. You guys are sending me a lot of emoticons. The one that the like button will be even more important to me. The one on top. Okay, the one that have the like, you can actually, after the today's 2nd of June, the title is up. Yeah, that one is more important. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so before we start this morning, MAO, once again, disclaimer as usual. Like I say, guys, we just want you to understand this. Nothing is 100%. My view is just my view. All right, end of the day is that you have to do your own risk assessment. All right, so if you're going to stay on, please understand this. You have accepted the above and identified me already. All right, so I'll wait for you for 5 seconds. And if you are still staying on, that means that you're okay to accept what I need to share with you more. Thank you, Joe, for the coffee. Yeah, thank you. Okay, all right, so you're staying on, so I'll continue then. All right, this is something that I really, really like, okay? Two things are infinite, the universe and the human stupidity. And I'm not so sure about the universe. Okay. All right, I think this is something that is quite quite cool, right? You like this quote itself? All right, this is very cool. I mean, the end of the day is that, again, not to rub anything here, it's just to try to tell you that, right, human knows things will happen in a periodic way. But the thing is this, we always keep on repeating the same mistake over and over again and expect to see something different. Now, is it on purpose? Well, I believe in on purpose. I believe that the big boys know this game very well. And as long as they keep on repeating the game, just that they basically make it a bit different, usually retail trout itself, right, if they don't do the homework, they get hit. That is the reason why every morning MAO itself is to do homework for you, to let you remind you certain areas, and so that you guys will not be hit by the boys. That is the whole idea of this motivation fact quote today. All right, so let's just talk about what are the reasons to us to stay bullish for now. Now, today is a lot of good news. A lot of stuff to talk to you. All right, so make sure you turn on your volume to listen to what I have to share. Now, first of all, we can see that the 1st of June, we continue to see that we continue to see the small caps running up. All right, the small caps continue to go higher, but and this Dow also managed to gain a little bit, but NASDAQ and S&P failed to close above the above yesterday's closing price. So, but overall, it's all right. The small caps is the one, and I keep on saying this to you guys, is that I'm very concerned of the small cap because we know that in cyclical pattern, after small cap runs, next one usually is either the blue chips or that is the peak, right? I've been saying this for quite a while, so I'm going to remind you again and again and again, is that there's two ways to look at it. It's either that we are near a peak right now, or we're going to see a next run on the blue chips. All right. Peak doesn't mean it's the top. Peak means that temporarily now this is the highest level. The market may do a 5% pullback, 8% pullback. Then after that, bottom out again and the market go up again. All right. Now, overall itself, as long as the Federal Reserve is involved in the market, it's going to be very difficult to call for a top of the market. I tell you this, because anytime if you turn on a printing machine, the market will go up again. So that's why I will say this, my friends, that if you are very tired trading the equity market because it's like up and down, up and down, up and down, concentrate on something like commodities. You will like it, you'll be better, okay? So you can see that this is Russell 2000 and the NASDAQ 100. You can see that over a period of time itself, right, when Russell 2000 and NASDAQ really hit, in the ratio hit a certain point, in the case of this, it hits a high recently, and then that was where it pulls back. Now, after a few days of rally, it's back to where we are again. So the question is this, is all right, will we see a breakthrough, or we actually see a cyclical pattern that the Russell 2000 or the small caps will come back down again? So this is something that we have to take a look at, but I'm just giving you my personal take is, when you buy shares in the market and the counter got no value or very low value, but the share price way above, we call it overvalue. And of course, once the market once the boys have released everything, then the retailers are now holding the baby. And then after that, when there's no buy orders in the market and the price comes down as usual, that is where reality hits in. So I'm not very optimistic on the retail stock right now. I will tell you to be very careful. But of course, people who think that it will go higher because they draw some channels and they think that it may go higher, then of course you can go with the flow. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be entering into the small caps, but I tell you this, why take the risk? You can go back to the blue chip, right? So let's say we talk about this. Let's say now the small cap will run so much and it's way above the intrinsic value, and you chase after it itself, right? You'll probably get hit. If you really want to buy something, why don't you wait for the blue chips to recover? Because if the small caps is going to be leading the blue chips later to continue the rally, then you buy blue chip, makes a lot of sense. Then let's say now if the blue chip doesn't go up, right, you won't be hit. Then if the small cap share come down, right, you will miss out the selling. So wouldn't it be better? I mean, this is all about being strategic. You have to know what to do to make your trading portfolio or your investment portfolio to be in a better position. So you can see now this is AMC, right? Look at it. It's really insane that they are all just buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, a huge volume. Look at the volume involved. It's really humongous. In fact, AMC, right, is on the top 5 traded volume every single day. Oh my God. It is really incredible because people just keep on playing with it. But you look carefully, it's all right. When it push up, it took a while, or when it come down, right, the selling is actually quite a lot. And if you look carefully, right, really look carefully, right, when the selling comes in, right, the volume involved itself is really big. Can you see that? Okay, what I'm trying to say is this is a very typical distribution curve. When a market itself, right, takes very long while to go up, okay, and then when it comes down, it really takes the elevator down, right? That is whereby you have to be very careful. This is actually called distribution, all right? Now, of course, some people will argue, say, no, this is just because they sell it down to push it up again. Yeah, because the market boys, when they pump it up, they take time, and then when they sell it down, they take profit against people who are, who are queuing to buy. Then after that, they sell, right, they will bottom out the market again and redo this curve again. So this will continue for a while until they keep on doing this, until they make enough money and say, okay, you know what, we have enough, players, or we call it as suckers, in the game, and then that is where they will get out totally, and that's the end of the whole curve. So I really hope you guys be very careful with AMC, because again, I know that there's some fundamental brewing right now, unless we can see the fundamental really coming in. If not, you have to be very, very careful. All right, so that is what I'll talk about this or AMC. All right, now, of course, you guys know that I actually like an analyst in Wall Street. His name is Tom Lee. All right, and Tom Lee this time around is recommending energy. Yay, energy. Now, how many of you remember that I did say over the last 3 weeks to buy into crude? If I did say that, okay, and I did say that the crude will go to the higher level, like $70 to $80, please key the word spot on, please. All right, let me just give me some validation that if you remember that I did say this, please key the word spot on. The word spot on, right? Then at least you will make me happy a little bit, because that was what I really did for this. And I tell you that in my personal opinion itself, right, crude oil will go higher, really. Right, $70 is going to be the near-term target. But you ask me, it's all right, probably we will see $80. I don't know about this year. Tom Lee said this year. I will say that maybe this year or early next year. Now, this is always like that. Really, I'm not kidding you. It's always like that. All right. So let me bring him to tell you, right? Maybe Cal say no power. Let me bring it to you. And he covered quite a few things today. All right. So over here itself, thank you guys. You guys, thank you for... Yeah, when you put spot on means that you validated me, not because I want you to do it. You must remember that you're doing it because you actually remember what I said. Right. So he's saying that, right, HODL on energy stocks. Now, do you know what HODL first? Do you know what HODL? Who knows the exact word? What does HODL really mean? All right, let me hear you guys. Okay. Exactly right. The exact words, the acronym for this itself, right, is hold on dear life. All right, but indeed you're right. Actually, it was a typo error. It's supposed to hold your position, but this guy was typing so fast, he keyed HODL instead. And of course, it's like we all know HODL, HOLD. We know the meaning of it. So it becomes like, okay, accepted it. Then after some people say, hey, might as well put something to it, right? Then that's where the hold on dear life or hold become holder, become a word itself, right? Indeed, it's a holder, okay? It's a word in fact now. So he's saying that, right, hold on to energy stocks in his opinion. Now, I tell you this for Tom Lee, I really believe what he said, because you look at it the last one whole year, I've been covering him, right? Practically, there's not one time he was wrong. There was one time he called for sell in the market for 10 to 15%. The market didn't do that, about 8% market rebounded already. So, but overall itself, his buy call have been quite accurate. So that's why, he has it. And he says that, right, crude oil now got a higher chance to go even higher. He believes that, right? All right. He says that, right, it will go to as high as $80. Wow, $80. So now you can turn on your volume. You can listen to what he has to say. All right, I got this for you. This one, he covers not only on the crude oil, he also covers a bit on interest rate. In a way, if you at least listen to what he tries to say, he already give you a hint already. So hear this out, okay? Just hold on. Let me just turn on my volume here first. Okay.
Oil gets to 80. Hey Tom, so I think back to 2014, when the Fed started to taper and what had happened, the dollar started to rally. And at that same point, oil started to crash. And from the highs in 14, oil went down 65% or something like that in the 15, 16. Do you still hodl if the Fed starts to taper bond purchases at some point, maybe later this year, and starts to float trial balloons about maybe raising rates sooner than many expect?
That's a great question, Dan. As you know, whenever the Fed tightens or tapers, it's the equivalent of tightening. It's a headwind for all risk assets. So I think it's going to be incorrect for someone to say the Fed tapers and the stock market's going to brush it off. It's going to create turbulence. Now, that's a big if the Fed tapers. But I think that the crowded trades are the ones that are actually going to be suffering the most. So technology to us, which we downgraded to neutral about a month ago, is still falling on that slope of hope, whereas energy is under-owned. So I think if the Fed is indeed tapering and it hits risk on assets, I think it's going to be worse for technology.
BK, you got a question?
I do. So Tom, I'm long oil, and certainly the fundamentals support it. But if you're talking about hodling, or what we might call diamond hands in the crypto world, which is holding it for too long here, how do you think about that when it comes to inflationary expectations? Because it seems to me that if oil is going to start to rally, and let's say it starts to rally towards $80, $90, $100, when does that inflationary issue come in, and does that then hurt equities?
Great point, Brian. As you know, they always say for commodities, the best cure for high prices is high prices. But we have to remember it really is because it starts to crowd out other spending. Gasoline today needs to get to around maybe $5.50 before it matches the $4 in the prior 11 years ago, when it actually created some crowding or hurt demand. So I think you've got a huge runway, actually. I think oil at 80 is hardly a problem. It's more of a reflationary signal. And again, I just think the market has already panicked and it's done the job for the Fed. One way to look at it is if inflation expectations are really strengthening, the 10-year should be much higher than its March highs. And in fact, at 1.6, it's still well off its March highs.
That's something that we have all been puzzling about, certainly. Tom, great to see you. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I think you have heard Tom Lee. All right, you can see what he has to say. He has said a lot of stuff. In fact, so this whole clip, all right, although it's just only a few minutes, but it covers a lot of stuff. Okay, it covers a lot of stuff. Okay, so basically he's saying that, right, I like the quote he used, in order to combat high prices in commodity is high prices. So which means that, right, if you want to worry about commodity, when we hit a peak, right, you need the high prices to keep on going until it hit the absolute high whereby people cannot afford anymore, and that's where the price will pull back. But if not, it's all right, you just keep on climbing up. That's what he meant, all right, in my opinion. Then I think this thing that he always said, he already downgraded the tech shares, all right. He believed that tech share will go down further, and he already have done that. And he also mentioned about, of course, crude oil going to $80. He don't think that it's going to be too difficult at all. And that's a very bold statement. And coming from Tom Lee, it's all right. I kind of agree with him totally on this. And most important is that he said that, right, if that say that there is a panic in the market itself, then why the treasury yields are now staying at 1.6%? So, of course, there's two ways to look at it from this point here. One is that because the Federal Reserve is doing such a great job really holding it and making sure that the 1.6% stay no matter how, all right, or it's really that the stock market has really realized that, hey, you know what, there's no risk, let's just continue to buy stocks. So that is what he's saying in a way of in response of why the yield is staying at 1.6%. Right, do note that all this, you realize that, right, most of the market trainers, they will go to the tab itself, and then after that, they'll just play from the website. Now, for me, I do the extra effort to crop up this. That means I have to listen to what he says, and then after that, crop it up, the area that I want, and present it to you guys again. So you see that different type of effort here itself, all right? If I just want to just shortcut away, just show you, and then let you hear and try to figure it out, for me itself, I take the extra one more effort to do that. Okay, yeah? All right, so that is what is happening over here. Okay, so you guys have heard Tom Lee. You know what he say. All right, so look at the market right now. The market has just started. Apology, overrun again. Okay, let's go. All right, so let's look at the China market right now. The China market is slightly higher than yesterday's closing price. Okay, so that likely will push the Hang Seng higher a little bit. Oh, Hang Seng has gapped up quite a fair bit. Okay, yesterday the Hang Seng closed at 29,376. Now it's trading at 29,424. So up by about 80 points around there, around 80 points higher. Now it's trading a little bit lower, but still overall itself, right? The trend for Hang Seng is still pretty strong at the moment. Now we look at they have crossed the resistance. I take this away. So today's MLP will be somewhere around here, MLP. And if you're asking me for the next level, well, we have already crossed the key point. Today's MA30 is somewhere here, 28,741. And if you look at this right now, let me just bring to you. Well, I have a resistance point, which is traded yesterday. And that is a 29,529. All right, I'm going to key it for you. Okay, it means that Hang Seng today, there will be a resistance at 29,529 level. Okay, this is how I look at Hang Seng for today. All right, if Hang Seng basically trades around here, 29,529, there will be some form of resistance. All right, around here, 29,529. I'll write down for you. Okay, 29,529 range. Okay, MLP for today, Hang Seng is about 29,224 area. All right, again, not drawn to scale. Please do your own calculation yourself. I'm just giving you a ballpark figure. Okay, so that is what we are seeing right now for Hang Seng. Okay, now Hang Seng and the NASDAQ go quite hand in hand. If the NASDAQ pull, then the Hang Seng will pull, obviously. But now at the moment, NASDAQ is also firming up, so it seems to be okay right now. Okay, that is what you should for Hang Seng. Then China A50, let's take a quick look right now on China A50. Oops. Now China A50 today, you can see that I told you guys that China A50 the last 5 days, every time it come back down, right, every time it will strengthen towards the end of the day. It has been doing this for quite a while. So because of that itself, right, it's very clear that today, as long the China A50 stays above the MLP for today, we should see more higher movement on the Hang Seng market also. The MA30 is at the bottom, so the market is still is still in a bullish position. And I told you guys, this is a very big palm out, right? I told you guys, if the Chinese market come back down, if it doesn't touch the MLP, this so-called MLP of this big white bar, right, most likely we will see the market going new high again. I mean, for this year, at least. All right, so watch out for this breakout. If the market break out this point, the Hang Seng will likely be trading higher. Okay, but of course, if the market go below the blue line, then that is where critically things may get quite ugly. So traders, you need to watch this blue line very, very closely. Okay. All right, so that is what we have to offer for now. Okay, just a quick one on Nikkei, since Nikkei is one of the market favorite too. Now this is Nikkei, and today Nikkei once again have hit the MA30 and rebounded. So you can see that this MA30 is amazing, right? Amazing. You can actually pick bottom. So if you actually did that this morning, you have picked the bottom of the Nikkei, and now you're up by almost 300 points higher. All right, so that is the beauty part of having the MA30 in your Nikkei chart itself. All right, so you can see that for 2 days in a row that the Nikkei hit the MA30, it rebounded perfectly like a T. This is really amazing, guys. Really, that's why I say that if you actually been not hearing my MAO every day, you will know that these are all the little goodies they can take on it. All right, so watch out for Nikkei today. Now Nikkei, today MLP is somewhere around here, about 28,840. So now it's at the MLP level. If it can break through, we can go back higher level for Nikkei. Okay, all right. There's a little gap here at the moment. There's a little gap here. Okay, so that is the Nikkei and the rest. Let's just continue our MAO. Okay. All right.
If oil gets to 8.
Of course, we have our own event coming up, right? Our own, very own event, all right? Just to play you a little bit, okay? All right, so that is our event coming out on the 19th of June itself. All right, this event really going to be a very impactful one. I can tell you this, Benedict is a very learned person. He really knows his stuff, and I tell you, and he has a very good voice. So the moment he speaks, right, you definitely be drawn to him. I tell you that you really will love to hear this guy. Really, I'm not going to kid you and stuff. All right. Then of course, then this Yao Dong, right, Zhang Yao Dong, right, he is very good he really very nice person. He tell me, Cal, you know what, I really believe that gold will be going up soon. I want to come in. Now he's very tired. He has a lot of schedule to do, but he said, Cal, never mind. I just want to help you, and I believe that gold will also be going up. And so he said, Cal, I want to chip in into this event. So that is thing that I get very touched. Like when people around me like this, they put their time, they can do other things, right? For Yao Dong, you can do other things. But instead, he said, Cal, never mind. I want to help the TWB community. I want to help you. And that is whereby, that's why you saw his faces included there. So, it's really very touching because it comes from the heart, you see. So guys, this coming 19th of June, really, you must bring your friends and family members to listen to what we have to offer, because if you actually can catch it, I tell you, by end of this year itself, right, there's a very good chance you guys are going to make a very good deal of money. All right, so please make sure that on the 19th of, on 6th of June, when the link is ready, quickly register, because we only have 300 seats. All right, first come, first serve. Okay, and definitely itself, we will give you some very nice gift towards the end of the event. So it's the same thing, guys. Don't miss it. Thank you, guys. All right, thank you. Oops. All right, so on the second part of the MAO later, we will have our usual stuff whereby we talk about alternate market views, and we will cover a little bit into this the SKEW Index, okay, the SKEW Index, and the soft and hard data. The BTC S&P chart, quite interesting. And of course, the steel futures is going well. Look at it. This is not even 35 degrees. This is like 22 degrees shooting out on steel futures. This is nuts, okay? So we'll talk about this in the second part of the MAO. All right, now let's talk about some global news right now first. What happened? Now this Huazai roasted duck, right? I mean, this roasted Hong Kong delights, right? I really like it a lot. All right. In fact, when I take meat, I love their roasted duck. So apparently it's all right. They are now they close down because to temporarily, of course, for this ongoing transmission among the workers. So apparently there's these workers, there are 23, about this 23 outlets, right? That's why they have to close down. Okay, for temporarily, because there is this ongoing transmission among the workers. And of course, so if you happen to like this store too, you had to wait for a while, for 14 days. All right. So you can see in Singapore cases, you can see right here. Now, Singapore cases, we are still okay, marginally okay, just that the unlinked cases actually moving up slowly. That is what I don't really get a bit worried. But of course, Singapore is still maintaining it very well. So kudos and applaud to all the frontline people, okay? But I kind of suspect that this may actually go higher by later part. This is not my personal feel. I hope I'm wrong. But if you actually must understand why, Singapore is a small country and we don't have natural resources. So we really cannot do a immediate lockdown just like that. But as compared to Guangzhou, right, you see Guangzhou, when they this lockdown, they just literally closed down the whole city. Literally. So basically they cancel flights, they don't allow people to walk around the street, the police is everywhere, and they make sure they get swabbed and stuff like that. Really. So of course, but you must understand, in China, they have the resources to do all this, and their own country's economy on its own. So even the market, they can shut down, they can still move their so-called GDP among themselves. So that's why we cannot compare Apple with Orange, okay? We cannot compare. All right. Okay, so there's recently this viral video. You saw how they some of the official being arrowed around, right? I like that video. I think for sensitivity's sake, I will not post it here. If you want to see that particular video, you can go to my Facebook. You can see that. Very cute. All right. So Biden now proposed a 39.6. Okay, Biden is proposing a 39.6 top tax rate hike on the top rich people. Okay. All right. So basically, as long as you have an income of more than 509,000 single year, you have to be taxed. Okay. So obviously, when you have taxes coming in itself, it does affect the rich people. But you must understand that rich people are also very smart. They know how to go around, do creative taxation. So even though it's like so big, right? I can guarantee you this, you'll be very surprised. Some of the rich people, how much they pay will be lesser than how much a teacher may be paying, right? I think you saw before, right? Donald Trump, the amount he paid. Oh my goodness, for one whole year, the amount he paid itself is less than $1,000. So not necessarily it will really work, I tell you that. But again, at least he's trying, okay? At least he's trying. So he felt that, right, this tax revenue will help to finance all the American families, that the social safety net, the this subsidizing the child care and stuff like that. I mean, it's a good thing that he's doing right now. I applaud what he's doing, but I just tell you that, right, seriously, it will not really hit the purse and wallets of the very ultra rich. It will just maybe just slap on the wrist a little bit only, in my opinion. What do you think? All right, so yesterday we saw the ISM data. The ISM data actually came in 61.2. It was actually higher than expected. So actually it's going good, right? But that means that the cost is increasing. So because of that, they saw the market take a little bit of tumble, right? Because they say, hey, cost is increasing. So again, the inflationary problem, the concern again comes back to the market, okay? All right, so after that, today, Wednesday, there's nothing much. Tomorrow, wow, we had a big one. We have the ADP, we have the initial jobless claim with the ISM and the crude inventory. So tomorrow, we have very huge, a lot of stuff from 8:15 p.m. Singapore time all the way to 11 p.m. We have a lot of data. So traders, you just have to watch your screen, okay? Then on Friday, 7 p.m., Jerome Powell will be speaking. Interesting, huh? Then after that, at 8:30 p.m., we have the non-farm payroll and unemployment rate. So obviously, people will be watching what he has to say before non-farm payroll. That's quite cool to have him speaking before non-farm payroll. So that's mean that Thursday and Friday, right? If you have trading position, I really seriously think that you should be in front of your screen, all right? If you don't have, then maybe just stay out first, wait for the market to settle down, then look out to trade maybe from Monday or after at least non-farm payroll is over. That is my personal view, okay? Traders, I understand this, very important. So yesterday, Dow Jones at the start, it shoot up first to 34,800 on the cash market. Then very, very fast, it came off already. So this is like a pump and a dump in the field. And end of the day, it's all right. The market can close lower towards the end, the low, but overall it's still up. So stock started June flat despite energy rally. See, energy. So is it because Tom Lee called for it? Well, it's all possible, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, so what happened over here right now is that there's some weakness in technology. So we have Microsoft, Adobe, and Apple coming off a little bit, but they were up earlier itself. And then after that, basically now people are getting, say that, okay, we may need to take a little break because people are still positive because the COVID cases in America is still declining and vaccination is still rising. So in short itself, right, a major milestone is that more than half of US population have received at least one dose. So that is the reason why. But then the thing is this, we have seen China also does a very good job, but suddenly the outbreak came in. So I will just say that as long as the variant doesn't hit America and they control it well, it's okay. So overall itself, right, the market is still concerned about the PCE numbers last Friday, and they're still looking at the potential of inflation building up. But still, we will look at what will be mentioned on the FOMC meeting on the 15th and 16th of June, which is next week. All right, so as long as the numbers, the following week, All right, as long as the market, the Federal Reserve say that there's no reason to be concerned for, and they keep on making sure that the yields are all protected, is really still at the lower end, then seriously, there's really no real concern for now. Okay? All right, so in terms of market news, there isn't much. Apparently, they just say that the inflation is just temporarily. They are saying that, right, even though there is some stocks that come off, right, they still believe that overall the stock market is still positive. Okay? So let's just look at what happened yesterday in the market for own. We do a recap. Now, yesterday, the Dow Jones opens here. And we all know that, right? The KSI is green. So you know, guys, the drill, right? Above OP, above pivot 1, what should we do? Please key your answer right now. Above OP, above pivot 1, what is our stand? Can you please key the answer right now into a group chat, please? So that, you know, we're not only here to just listen to MAO. We are here to actually revise. That's why it's under our revision group. If I want to get more eyeball rate and I want to get more people to join us, I could actually put this into our Facebook group chat, Facebook page directly. But that's not the point, because I want you guys to, I want to spend my morning to talk to you guys. I want to see you guys learning and asking questions. Then I only do this video video upload only 2 days later, right? That is to show that I really put you guys on the top priority. All right, so yes, you guys are getting the answer right now. No one key me buy now. You actually key the right way. Is CCRY buy. Yes, above OP, above OP, above OP, above pivot 1. There's only one thing to do. Is CCRY buy. Correct. Exactly. Well done, Anthony, Eric, Philip, Fred, Susan, John, Eiling. That is the right thing to do, guys. This is the thing to do. You must Chinqui, correct. So you must only do that, okay? And because KSI is green, you know that the probability of you making money is high. So if you follow what you said, then you will not make money yesterday, all right? Yesterday, you can look at it, look at the screen right now. The opening price is here. The pivot 1 is here. So as long as the market stays above the OP and pivot 1, this is your first buy. Wow, look at it. Now, if you actually do this on hindsight, if you buy here and your stop loss is here, that is your X range, correct? Your X range. So which means that, right, if you hold the position all the way to this point here, KTR plus 3, example, do you know that how many times and you're going to make your money? So example, if your X is out, right, if you risk, let's say $100 for this trade, all right, and you divide by your X range, multiply by your value per point, you will get your this lot size, right? Okay, your lot size. Now, if you actually hold this all the way up, all the way here itself, you'll get 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times. Wow. So it's not about you buying and then you make money. It's about you actually risk how much and potentially you can make how much back. And it's 11 times, not 3 KTRs. It's 11 times potential profits that you can make in the market if you held all the way up to the KTR plus 3. But let's say you miss the first trade. Let's say you miss it. You can have the second trade, which is here. This is what the second trade is, because you can see there's a BNB here on the red bar, then followed by CCRY. Now, the thing is this, you may ask, Cal, how come you can buy here? There's no trigger. Because the market already crossed pivot 1, it's already a trigger. That's why above OP and above pivot 1, by definition, you already triggered already. So CCRY, you just have to buy. And again, if you does that itself, wow, another run. Now, what is really amazing is this one here. Oh my goodness. Now, the thing is this, my friend. Now, if you want to ask me one question about crazy coin, I can tell you this, right? It is about the value of how you value crazy coin later. Imagine now if I were to give you 3 numbers today and tell you about KTR plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, and I tell you that KSI is green. And what happened is that the Dow Jones really hit the high of the day. It's exactly the KTR plus 3. And this number is already available in your screen since 6 a.m. in the morning. And the market really goes there and kiss there and pull back. Oh my goodness. Think about this. Which system in the world can predict a number like that itself? And this is not the first time, not the second time already. So now there are 84 of you guys here. How many times have you seen that our KTRs or our pivot really predicted the low or near the low or near the high of the day? How many times? Oh, 10 times, all right? All right, have you seen, how many times have you seen it? Sorry, how many times in your opinion have you seen that our market, any market itself, can be Forex, can be gold, can be indices, can be even Bitcoin. How many times have you seen that our KTRs, our pivots has predicted or at least forecasted the high or the low of the day or near around there, in your opinion? All right, how many times have you seen this already? Judy, 10,000 times. No lah, don't be so 夸张 lah. Always, no lah. Many times. Yes, I tell you this, Philip, correct. Fred, many times, correct? Many times. Yeah, I'll tell you many times. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I really lost count already. Indeed, I really lost count too, Carl. Yes, Cynthia, really many times, really incredible. And what is more important is that we know the rules and we know a drill. Is that if the market goes up and hit those technical points like KTRs or pivot, then watch out for CC positioning. And this one itself, I think Cynthia, you also mentioned this, right? I think several of you, right? I think this is a BMB. BMB trigger KTR plus 3 with a CCYR, all right? Now, of course, by definition, you're not supposed to short lah because the KSI on the day chart is long. But the point is this, if you want to do that, it's calculated risk because it did trigger something. And of course, what happened? You look at it, it really comes off. Really, it really comes off. Now, this is why I tell you guys that our system really very good. You just have to believe in it, that's all. Really, all right? So congratulations to those who made money from gold and from Dow yesterday. Congratulations to you. Okay, well done. All right, so let's just now look at the market for, all right, let's look at the market right now for today. Okay, let's look at Dow. Huh? Okay, now look at the, this, hold on. Now, Hang Seng has now come off. It was positive earlier. Now it looks like going to cover the gap this morning. So we will see how it goes. China A50 is also off the highs. It's now below MLP. So that probably is the reason that drilled down the market for Hang Seng. Okay, let's look at the Dow first. Now the Dow Jones, as you can see over the Dow Jones, it really pushed up, did a long tail come off. But then there's a very important thing that I need to explain this to you. There is a resistance that is over here. This resistance is 34,803. Now this is a PTP technique, all right? And yesterday we already talked about this. Students of PTP, they know that the Dow 34,803 exists. And of course, some of them shorted. Congratulations, those who shorted, and they make almost 200 points just immediately from there. Now, there's actually another technical point, and that is the 34,598, which is somewhere around here. Okay, and yesterday the Dow Jones closed below the 34,598. So which means that today, by theory, there's two resistance that you need to watch out for. All right, that people may want to take note. I'm just sharing with you. One is at 34,803, and the other one itself is a low level, 34,598. Okay, there's two technical points to watch out for. So if the Dow Jones can cross 598, then it will go to 803 again. This is what I see it. All right, if the Dow Jones can cross 34,598, then that means there's a high chance that the Dow will go to 34,803 again. Okay, so that is the based on our PTP knowledge. Those are PTP train, you will know what am I talking about. Okay, now for the KSL today, it's about 34,315. So at the moment now, it's still a distance away, so no real reason to be concerned. But at the moment, it's all right. Yesterday, the way it reversed down and touched the two level here, maybe traders must watch out, because if the market do close below the opening price of the day, usually this pattern will generate some selling interest. Okay. All right, so this is whereby conventional chart and our TWB chart will be different. It's like conventional chart, we have to take a position. TWB chart, you know exactly what to do. If this what you do, if that what can you do. So that's a bit different here with TWB chart. Okay, for the long-term chart itself, still the market is still trending beautifully. You can see from this trend here itself, right? This trend is something that, you can take a look right here. Look at it. This is a very powerful trend that I'm drawing. Now, why am I drawing this trend? It's just because I just want to inform you history does repeats. All right, it does repeat. So you can see from here, the line being, the lines being, okay. Yeah, that should be the, yeah, this should be the right way. So you can see that this is the low of the low back in 2018. Then I stretched to the 2019 and I stretched for it for over a whole year. It's a weekly chart, by the way. Then the moment the weekly chart breaks below the major trend line, that's where we can see that the Dow Jones collapsed. So what am I doing right now? I'm actually doing the same thing that what happened that I draw previously. So this is what you can see right now. The way the market trend, I mean, the way the way it happens that is beautiful. This is point A, right? Point A. So point A joined with point B. Then you realize that after that, point C, which is next week, right? The low of point C perfectly touches that trend line and goes up. And what is even crazier is point D. Point D is an extension from ABC. The D also rebounded, and that D is a BMB on the weekly chart. Then the scary part is E. E also performed that. Oh my goodness. And now the last one about 2 weeks ago, F is also doing this. So guys, I cannot appeal you to do this one thing. Guys, listen to me as a friendly advice here. Draw this trend line on your own on the weekly chart. Okay, draw it and leave it there. I can tell you this. Now you look carefully over here. This is down another, the earlier one is A1. A1 is here. Then after that, we join with A2. All right, do you notice that? A2. All right, okay, I mean, it's simple. B1. Okay, B1. Then you see that you have, again, you have another next day, next week itself is C1. Then after that, you have D1. Then you have E1. Can you see that? E1. Then after that, you have, sorry, that was F1. Can you see that, my friends? So basically, it's all right. The number of time the weekly chart touches the blue line and rebound is almost identical of what I'm seeing right now. This is something that I want to explain to you. And of course, this is weekly chart. Do you see this on the side? This is what I'm saying here. Okay, so I'm not saying that the market will crash. Please don't quote me. I don't want to be quoted in this manner. But there is an inference here itself that I need you to be very careful. Okay, so if any one time, if the market really goes below the blue line, you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very careful. Okay, so guys, you like this chart? If you like this chart, that's all right. Key the word like, L-I-K-E. All right, if you like this chart. Of course, you don't like, just don't key anything. Okay. All right, you like this chart, please key the word L-I-K-E, like. Okay, let me see how many of you like this chart. Really draw it on your own. It's really amazing. When I see this chart, I'm like, wow, my hair just, my hair just rises up. Okay, because it's like the identical part is really incredible. It's almost near to point of amazing. Okay, so I really hope that the crash don't come in. If the crash do come in itself, all I can tell you that there's another time for us to buy again. No? Correct or not? I mean, seriously, we have come to the point whereby as long as this Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell is around, right? I can tell you this. I can almost feel that the next 1.5 years will be the best year of our life. You know why? Because we know that right now Yellen and Jerome Powell has pushed the market so high, so high, so high. So of course they will not have to let it go one day. So if the stock market do one day really come off, right, we can short the daylight out of it. Then after that, right, at the lower end, just buy as much as we can and every day follow M Trader, follow Arun, follow Cynthia, and every day just buy the way up. Because they're going to pump in more money. And if they pump in more money, gold price will go through the roof. Yeah, gold price will go through the roof. And that is whereby we'll make even more money from that. So that's why until now it's all right. Many of you have been texting me on the side, Cal, are you going to buy gold soon, I say not yet. I still want it to come down. If the equity market comes down, naturally gold price will come down. And when gold price comes down, gold price comes off, right? Then obviously this will be a good time to buy. Oh, Arun. Apa ni? Really? Well, hey, Arun, long time no hear you. Some people thought that you detracted from us. Since last week, Thursday, Friday, no hear from you. Yesterday, also no hear from you. Monday, Tuesday, also no hear from you. Well, I just will text you where you go. Well, Arun say, sell lah. Really? You meant what you say? Really? Hey, I'm always taking you as a very important point. When you say buy lah, I always buy one. You don't bluff me, no. Okay, anyway, this is the chart view that I'm seeing right now for the weekly chart. So you guys can take this as a guiding. You try it on your own and you see whether they are presented to you correctly. If there's any part that I misrepresented, right, apology on that. Okay, but this is what I am seeing right now. Really? Every day on MAO. Really? You don't talk ma, so how I know? Okay, my bad. Okay. Oh, people ask me, not I ask one. Is that they ask me, I say, I don't know. I must ask Arun. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so let's look at the Dow Jones today. Now, today's Dow Jones, let's take a look right now. Today's Dow Jones. At the moment now, the Dow Jones for today, interesting. Now, today, the Dow Jones is actually trading below the pivot 2. So it's not that nice, all right, on the long side, but the KSI is green. So that means that if the market stays above OP, right, above OP, but towards pivot 2, we call it as the uncertainty zone. So uncertainty zone is all right. If you want to buy, can, because the KSI happen to be green. If the KSI is red, right, then I will tell you no lah. But if the KSI is green, then if you want to take the risk, you can try. Okay, you can try. But just notice that because the KSI is green, this market is below P2, right? There will be selling pressure lah from the market. There'll be some selling pressure in the market. So just take note yourself that when you have the market at the P is below P2, there'll be selling force, and then of course it's above OP, there'll be buying force. The market will have a bit of chaotic lah. All right, only if the market cross above P2, right? Then you buy, then it's safer. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I will change my to reiterate what Arun have just said. He says sell lah, but he didn't say short. Okay. Big difference. Okay. Thank you, Arun. Okay, thank you for making sure you say that, all right? Sell doesn't mean short. Okay, good one. Important. Very good information. Okay. All right, so guys, you take note of this for today. Take note of that, okay? NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ created a BNB yesterday. So that means that I have to put in the new lines here now, the new top line and a new bottom line. So this is the new BNB. And I need to do the MLP, which is here. Okay. So which means that, right, if the market is to be breaking above BNB, then the NASDAQ will go higher by at least by potentially 180 points, because the range is about 180 points. But if the NASDAQ do break below the BNB support level, right, then maybe there will be some selling. Now, do note the MA30 is very nearby, so this one you have to watch carefully, okay? In terms of MA200, it's still very far away, and you can see the last time when the NASDAQ came down below hit the MA200 for 2 occasions, the market rebounded. So guys, the next time when this happens again, don't miss it, okay? Don't miss it, all right? If not, you're going to pay, it's going to waste it, seriously wasted. Yeah, M Trader made a lot of money from this NASDAQ, these 2 rounds over here. Indeed, yeah, she did that. Okay, okay, let's do it at the NASDAQ right now. Now today NASDAQ, you can see that it's a red bar and it's very near to pivot 1, but the KSI happened to be red. So how do we interpret this? Very simple. It is like this, okay? If the market goes above OP and above pivot 1, it's a buy. CCRY is a buy. But because the KSI is red, right, so you have to go slow with your sizing and your expectation. Now, sizing means you can maybe reduce a lot size. And in terms of this expectation means that for KTR +1, +2, right, when you see that happening, consider take profit or partial profit first, okay? This is very different from the Dow Jones. Dow Jones KSI was green. So that's why you can see the power of going up is very strong. But now the KSI is red, you have to give, respect to this. Now, end of the day is that whether you believe in KSI or not, I'll leave it to you. I'm not here to force it down to your throat, but I can tell you this, if you actually know KSI and you really follow it religiously every day, you will know that why certain days you really must take profit. Certain days you can let it run. That is a difference here. All right, that is a very big difference here itself. Okay. All right, just check if you're right. There's about 85 of you, right? How many of you really think that KSI on the daily chart is useful? Really, it's useful means that you know that how it works and you really appreciate that it's there for you to guide you so that you guys will know when to go for it, when not to go for it itself. If you think it's useful, please key the word useful. If you think it's not, just key the word not, NOT. Okay, let me know, all right? Well, I will continue my next sharing, all right, on the S&P 500. Now, this is the S&P 500 today. Okay, now this is a bit cluttered, so I'm going to just change around. Okay, yeah. Okay, for the S&P 500, today the MLP will be somewhere around here. And that's about 41.98 range. All right, that's MLP. Again, not drawn to scale, so you guys have to do your, if you can, you just do your own calculation. Okay, then you have your this MA30, which is here, 41.77. All right, and then after that, you will have your resistance, which is yesterday was trigger, which is this price here, 42.35. Okay, we should market miss it by a fraction. Okay, and any BMB around here? Let me see, BMB, yep, here we go. Okay, I think you got my drill now. You saw all my drawing, right? You know exactly what I meant in terms of the BMB, in terms of the just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I need to reply a short message to my family members. Okay. Okay. All right. So you can see that the BMB is here. That means that the last 3 days, the market tried to break the BMB top but failed. For 3 days, the market tried to break the BMB top but failed. So that means this top is very powerful. So what is the number here? This number is 42.15. 42.15. Write it down for you guys. That means this resistance for BMB 42.15 is very strong, very strong. Okay. So if that is so strong, that means the BMB is very powerful. So the low of this guy is 41.81. 41.81. 41.81. So I'm going to give a bold statement right here, right now. All right, very clearly that if let's say that the difference between them, is what, 19? 19 plus 15 is 34, right? 34, right? 34. So which means that if S&P will go up, right, it will go up by 34 points. So which means that if it goes up, S&P, if it goes up, it will go to 42. 34 means is 39. Am I right? 49, sorry. And if it goes down, that means that you go down to 41.81 minus, how many again? 34. So that will be 41, 34, so 42, right? Am I right? Did I get it correctly? Wait, suddenly brain freeze. 34.8, 34.67, sorry. Brain freeze. Okay, correct. Yeah, can anyone check my mathematics? Am I right? Correct. So that means that, right, if let's say the S&P 500 do pull back, right, if it does pull back, all right, there is a possible potential for the S&P to drop all the way to 41.47. But if S&P goes above 42.15, then S&P can go all the way up to 42.49. All right, that will be the new all-time high, because the all-time high itself is only 42.45. So which means that if the S&P is to go up, it will break to new all-time high again. Yeah. So that is why I think that you have to be watching out for this S&P trade here itself. So maximize this, make as much money as possible from this S&P trade. All right, is my maths correct? Everybody? Correct, right? Did I get it wrong? Sorry, 34, yeah, should be correct. Anyone here can validate for me? The range is 34, right? The range is 34. So yeah, looks correct, huh? Mathematics. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, so yeah, not easy to do live mathematics when you actually live and you're looking here, looking there, everywhere. Okay. All right, so that is my view of S&P 500. So use it properly. It will help you a lot. All right. Okay. All right, so that is to clear off S&P, clear. And then after that, we look at the S&P today. S&P today also something similar. We have it opening price is below P2. So, but the KSI is green. So if you want to buy S&P above OP to buy based on rules, fine. But again, we are at the uncertainty zone, so be careful, okay? Right, if the KSI is red, I'll tell you don't do it already. No point doing it already. All right, so if the S&P can go past 42.15, which happen to be the technical level, right? The level that we mentioned, then that means that the S&P will go higher. So that's why the 42.15 today will be a very important pivotal point to watch out for. Because if the S&P goes up 42.15, if you go higher, it may go back to 42.34 level, which is also the same level, near the same level that is a KCB level here. Okay, so watch out for this 42.15 for the S&P 500. Okay, very critical number. Okay, all right, so that is the S&P. Let's look at the Hang Seng right now. The Hang Seng, wow, recovered again. Wow, very choppy market. The Hang Seng is back up again. Well, the high is 29,519. The current price is about 490, so it's near to my resistance point. I told you 529. So watch it closer. China A50 is still down. Surprising. China A50 is still down, and now it's still coming down. But of course, we have seen this before. For the 4-5 time already, every time when China A50 come down, they're buying come in. So obviously, there's two ways to look at it. The boy who cry wolf is that if the boy who cry wolf every time he seems to work, then naturally when the market comes down, the market may purposely go where I suspect it may go. I kind of suspect later on, right, China A50 will come down to here. I suspect that it may go down to that point, and then after that, it may create buying activities over there again. So let's just see whether it will come true or not. 17,950, right? So later on, anyone trading China A50, if you see the market approaching 17,950 approaching, please contact us, please inform us in a group chat, then we make money together, okay? Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so that is the, the pin in my God is, wow, really insane. Okay, all right, continue. All right. Okay, so let's just talk about the gold market right now. Sorry, didn't do DAX. Sorry, my bad. Now DAX. Now, Uncle Arun, congratulations once again. Wow, that means yesterday you sold at the all-time high, is it? Wow, fantastic. I told you right. If the market stay above the MLP, this DAX will go to all-time high, right? Really happened. Well, congratulations. So now for this DAX chart itself, right, I'm going to give this call here. There's no more resistance. Basically, it's very clear. Nothing else, nothing more. So we just have to put MLP for today. So as long as the market stays above the MLP today, there is no reason for DAX to come down. But do note the DAX have been pushing up for most of part of the time, already been pushing up. The last MLP, the last BNB, I think is here, right? Yeah, this is last BNB. So you can see that last BNB, when it crosses this point, it went down first, then after that go back up again. So the distance between them itself, right, is somewhere here. Let me just do the maths here. That means that this is the high, the RL, this is the SL, right? So that means this is the range. So that means by theory, we should have another upside to this point here just to complete the BNB 1x1, okay? So let's just see whether will this actually happen. Okay, all right. Okay, there will be that for DAX. Thank you guys for saying that the KSI is useful. Appreciate that. And thank you also for making sure that I got it correct, my mathematics. Sorry, okay, let's continue. Okay, this is gold. Wow, gold went up to a high of 1916, I think, and then came all the way down to below 1900, then rebounded a bit to close near 1900 level. So what to do with gold? Well, basically now the analysts are calling that the gold could test new high this year. Analysts showing their views, then gold slightly decline because of the ISM data. Then after that, they still think that it's okay. It's still holding 1009. So 3 different views from 3 different mainstream media. So what's your view in gold? All right, let me hear you out. All right, today we have to take a recap of what happened in gold yesterday, first of all. Okay, now gold KSI is green, so you should stick to buy. So what happened? Now gold opens at the pivot 2 area. So that means that if gold is to go past pivot 2, naturally to go to pivot 1, which is so near, it's almost a free money ride. So that means that when the market cross pivot 2 at 1906, as long as CCRY, you should buy and aim only at 1915. That is why we also tell you guys to aim at pivot. And those who follow through believe it really happened. And again, wow, look at it. The pivot 1 target is 1915.29, a level that is created at 6 a.m. in the morning. And the high of the day is 1916. It's like $1 different only. That is how powerful this system is. It's really a stunner. If you believe in it and actually utilize it, I tell you guys, you're going to be very, very rich people. I tell you that. No kidding. So look at it yourself, okay? Look at it for yourself. Now, the market basically was sideways, right? One key point that changed it was these 2 guys. Can you see these 2 guys here? These 2 guys are BNB. These 2 guys are BNB. I told you before, when you see BNB around the market and a BNB happen to trigger something, I tell you, you really have to go into them already. That means that once the market trigger the BNB, you have to believe in them. And of course, this is CCRY. The KSI is green. Of course, naturally, buy is your first thing in your mind, right? So I did tell you guys, just buy gold. Then after that itself, before you see the thing going up. Now this one, okay, you can see here itself, right? Now this one, there's no trigger. I repeat, this one got no trigger because the market for triggering is on in front. All right, right in front. This one got no trigger, but this guy comes with a BNB. So this one got no trigger, even though the market did trigger pivot 2, right? But it's not a really ideal trigger. So, but because it's a BNB, and of course, if you think that you want to take the risk, you can go for it. And of course, the market really eventually hits the pivot 1 beautifully. All right. Now, of course, by logic, the gold should go higher if it cross pivot 1, which indeed it happened. But you must give respect to color change. If the color change tell you that, sorry, it's a CCYR right now, and it's below pivot 1, all right, after triggering it, and it's also triggered the KTR +1, that means something is wrong. And then what happened? You realize that the gold price really tumbled. Now, the thing is this, it did recover a CCRY here again. It did does that, okay? It did does that, all right? And then the gold price did go up. And in fact, if you look carefully, it did went up above 1x. 1x is somewhere around here. So it did do what it's supposed to do. But do you notice this guy here itself? This is whereby I warn you guys there's something wrong here. This is a BNB, right? Now this is a BNB, but you may say, Kel, this BNB is so small in terms of the range, because the low of this guy here is just only slightly lower than the one in front. So is that BNB? I tell you what's BNB. As long as a BNB means a BNB, you don't need to ask me whether is it yes or is it not a BNB. You just have to trust that it is a BNB. And after that, it's a BNB followed by a CCYR below P2 already. Then what do you tell me? Below P2, below OP, you know the drill, is a sell. And this time around, it came with a BNB, it came with CCYR, definitely it's a sell. So minimally, the market will go down is KTR -1, which also really happened. So that's why, guys, really in our TWB system, there are almost not 100%, but there's also sure win trade itself to near 99%. As long as you happen to see them, you trust what you learn, and you really follow, I can tell you this, there's really money to be made. All right, so guys, how to make money in gold? Can you key the word gold, GOLD? Let me know whether you have made money from this. All right, I did, so I'm gonna key it there. Really, this is how you actually, look at the chart. This is very, very important. And you realize that never once I talk about fundamental, or they say that, oh, market is sideways, then you draw a trend line, you draw this, you draw that. I never do this. The whatever that I share with you is always repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. Nothing new, in fact. Wow, Cynthia, $6,000 from gold. Oh my goodness. You are really insane. Good trader. All right. By the way, it's all right, Cynthia, just let you know that many students have contacted me on the site, and they really want you to do the phone interview with us. All right. We know that now, FYI, since we're online right now, FYI is all right. We do have this ARC, our own talk, where it's whereby Arun, Sister Cynthia, and Cal, me, we're supposed to have a little sharing dialogue, right? But apparently for Sister Cynthia, her job is not able to let her surface on any social media or her face shown publicly. So that's why she can't do that. But we are now seeing whether can we do the phone interview, waiting for her to respond. So if she can do that, that'll be excellent. And of course, we can learn a lot of things. By the way, Sister Cynthia, as I mentioned to you, many people, right, especially the younger ladies, all right, they are very, they take you as an inspiration, right? They really get very inspired by you. All right, thank you. Keep on doing well. Right, good job, Eileen. Well done, Eileen. Angeline, Jimmy, Mandy, good job. All right, John, Judy. Wow, okay, look at most of the ladies are involved in gold. How about the guys? The guys didn't trade gold at all? You guys don't believe in gold? All right, the thing is this, I realized that really not many guys like gold. I realized that when I asked guys, do you trade gold, right, I'm quite surprised that not many guys actually responded to me. Is that because they traded gold but keep quiet? Okay, anyway, congratulations to all the winners on gold. Congratulations. Yu Ming replied. No, he just said apparently no one replied me just now. I mean, not many guys. Okay, that's why I assume that. Guys, one track mind. Okay, law. Okay. All right, so that is gold. Let's just look at gold today. Now, this is the gold chart. Okay, now this is where I'm going to be very upfront with you guys. Gold has a new BNB, so you need to put the new BNB in response to that. So the new BNB comes in, the old one must take away. Okay, now with the new BNB in the block. Okay, so now we have a problem, guys. So please listen to me on gold. Please take note of that. This is going to be very important. Okay, number one, the high of gold, the BNB high is 1916. The low is 1892. Okay, 1892. Okay, so I can write that for you. 1916. Okay, 1892. Okay, so the difference is 8 plus 16, 24. So that means their range is $24 range. Okay, so very simple. If gold is to go up, 1916 plus 24 will be 1940. That will be the top side of what gold will go. Okay, all right. Then I think I understand why there's some. I think Mitch, is it? You write something like that. Then if the gold, excuse me, if gold to go down below 1892, so 1892 minus 24, how much is that? Y'all do for me. 1892 minus $24, how much is that? Okay, yeah, I like the number, right? Very nice number, right? Yeah, indeed. 1868. 1868. Now, 1868, very nice number, right? 1868, wow, yeah, fat look fat. Very nice number. That's why I asked you all to do. Okay, so what will happen? Let's take a look at the MA30 now. You notice that the MA30 itself today, MA30 is somewhere about 1864, around there. So what I'm trying to say is this: gold, if let's say it do break below 1892, all right, if you do break below 1892 and it break below it cleanly, then gold could come down all the way to 1868. Okay, it will come down to 1868. But if gold is to stabilize at 1892, it will stabilize there. You can buy some over there. Then after that, if it goes back up again, then you may go back to 1916. So people who can, there's two ways to look at it. Okay, there's two ways to look at it. So one way is you can wait for it to come down to 1892 first and then stabilize and then buy from there to aim it, go back to 1916. That's a lot of money, right? $24, okay? Another way is if the gold do break down, you can short go all the way to 1896, 1868. Then after that, from here, heavily buy up again because that is what I suspect that gold will go up from down there. Okay, so I give you two prong on it, right? What you can consider to do for gold. So either you buy it around 1892, wait for CCRY and stuff like that, obviously, or you can actually. You hold on. I'm having a little bit of. Adrian, what are you doing?
Every time I move this here, it will keep bringing a bit over here. So then after I'm scared, I only move it here because I'm scared she'll keep stepping on it.
Ariel, just okay later. All right, sorry, I'm in my children's room today. Yeah. So now, as usual, siblings. I had that when I'm in my younger days. All right, so what happened over here right now is that for gold, if it goes down below 1892, we're going to see 1868. Okay, goes like a two-prong for you, so you all trade accordingly. All right, do what you need to do to protect yourself. All right, don't just go all in with this. Make sure that you know what's the downside risk involved. Okay. Okay, cool. Right, let's continue. Now, weekly chart wise, we can see there's some form of resistance after you hit the chocolate bar. There's some form of resistance, so maybe there will be a breather right now. Silver prices did also a BNB. Silver price did a BNB and come off, and now it's actually trading below the BNB SL level. So if you look at it, right, silver, the high low, we should see coming down to this point here below $27.50. Okay, if silver to come down, it should be down to about below $27.50. Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm doing work here, Adrian. All right, sorry about that. Usually like that. How to do? Mommy went to the market. That's why I'm going to stay home today for now. Okay, all right. So get the idea now. Okay, let's look at gold today. Okay, now today we already have seen this. Today the gold opening price is below P2. So today we have a few candidates below P2, right? So watch out for that. But the KSI is green, so the market is still be positive. But of course, if the market go below OP, if you want to short below OP, CCYR, you can short. Okay, I repeat, CCYR below OP, you can short. Okay, CCYR below OP, you can short. But because KSI is green in color, so go for fast profit, okay? KTR -1 to KTR -2, I think reasonable, unless you have some inside information, you know that gold will collapse. Then of course you can go for a bigger run, okay? All right, so that is what I would say for you today for gold. All right, but gold, if it goes above OP, because KSI is green, if you're like buying, well, I'm not gonna stop you, but do note it's in the uncertainty zone. So traders, you need to be a bit more careful, okay? Be careful on that. All right, so that is gold. And last one, we do crude oil, and we are done for this morning part already. Okay, now this is the crude oil chart. Is moving very nicely. So doesn't seem to have any holding back, right? So likely crude oil is on its own right now. The MLP for today is $67.37. My near-term target is still there. I already mentioned to you, is $69.84. So any pullback is welcome. Then after that, it should be going back up again toward this point. Okay, that's how I see crude oil in the coming days. Okay, it's still very strong. It's a very, very strong trend line at the moment right now for crude oil. Can you see this? This is a very strong trend, very powerful trend. And of course, this is from wave theory itself, right? It does have the potential to see, because this is a breakout, you see, for technical aspect here, it's a breakout. So this breakout shows that the market is going to go higher, so that it's a high chance to see 70 region. But I say any pullback is welcome for you to buy. To chase, you just have to know your downside risk. Okay. All right, so we have come to the end of the MAO part 1. We're going to do MAO part 2 in 15 seconds time. So those who have very enjoyed this session, thank you for today. Please do well and make sure that you do, make sure you do your risk assessment, okay? All right, for me, it's all right. I'll take a short break for 15 seconds. If you're still here, we continue for MAO part 2. Oh, Jimmy, KTR -1 is the same as BNB, yeah? Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate that. You're supposed to share, okay? Hey, so, okay.
Mommy said I can help her. I can help her work.
Okay. Okay, guys, you are back. All right, so let's continue for our taunted market views. Okay, now VIX indicator is all right. I've been telling people there's anything below 16 or 16 you can buy. And yesterday VIX jumped down to 15, and after that went back to 18. All right. So I told you guys VIX now at this price is very worth it to buy. Really, I'm not kidding you. So anytime you go back to 16, just buy and just leave it alone. You see again, because this price is really absolutely insane price. All right, seriously insane price. You know, just go for it, my personal view. All right, this is a SKEW Index. Now, SKEW Index is a measure of potential risk in the financial market, a proxy for investors' sentiment and volatility. All right, of course, you don't see in the mainstream media hardly to talk about it. But anyway, this SKEW indicator now is again at a high level where what you saw back in 2018. That was back then when the stock market is already having worried on the potential tapering. And of course, after that, you notice that the S&P 500 really came off. The last time we saw this again, that was in 2019 or late 2019. The SKEW indicator was at 150. Then after that, after a while later, about probably a month later or 2 months later, the S&P came off. So now the index is again at the higher level above the 150 range, and we are now even higher. So what do you think then? All right, so this is for you to go and think about it. All right, now do note, if you look carefully, the SKEW indicator itself doesn't have instant reaction. It doesn't have, because you see that when it was at a high, the stock market itself, right, continued to go up quite a fair bit before the market actually come off. Okay, so please, there is a delay forecast here itself. Okay, so maybe the S&P 500 may have more rooms to go before the sell-off. All right, so this one you have to dig it with care. Don't just see and then just enter the market without making your risk control. All right, this is very important. I don't you go crazy on this. Okay, now this is the soft and hard data. Now soft and hard data, right, I already wrote here itself. Hard data is basically measurable, factual, and indisputable data. Soft data is basically qualitative observation and quantified observation. So this sort of thing is that the data is not really reliable. All right, so that is a difference here. But in short itself, right, you can see that the divergence is there. Now, divergence means that, right, when the soft data means people expectation is good, but the hard data means the reality is not there, and the divergence is there itself, right? What happened? Usually the soft data will pull back towards the hard data. Can you see that? When the soft data is too far away from the hard data, eventually the soft data will pull back to the hard data. So what I'm trying to say is that now the market optimism is very high right now. Eventually, it will pull back down. So that is what I'm trying to say from this soft and hard data chart. Okay. Now this is the Norman Trader chart, whereby he put the BTC weekly chart with the S&P, and of course you can see, very interesting. It seems to be like that when the BTC price comes down, the S&P after a while later also will come off, but it's not exactly always like that. Of course, there was some incident, he behaved the same way. So he's just speculating that, right, maybe now if BTC is to fall, this S&P will fall. Now, of course, in my opinion, as I've been saying this, crypto will be one of the catalysts to bring the market down. So if crypto goes down, obviously, because many companies have bought in crypto, right? So they may also be hurt by that temporarily. Not always, okay? Not immediate, sorry. All right, so that is what I see. Now, if you're telling me, right, how do I see crypto, right, I still think that the Bitcoin will go down. I can tell you this, my personal opinion is, I suspect that now Bitcoin is at 36,000, right? Yeah, I think Bitcoin will still go down to about 29,000. In my opinion, it will go down to that level. So if Bitcoin do go down to 29,000, then it's a good thing, because then that means that you can buy cheaper. Correct. Yeah, you can buy it cheaper, right? So that is my personal view on how I see it. All right. So my view, okay. Okay, hold on. All right, now last one will be this one. Instead of look at this, this is a US steel. Wow, my goodness. Wow, you see that? Just this year alone, if you buy US steel at 500 a piece, today you're 3 times richer. My goodness, this is really insane. So what is happening right now is it because the economy is doing very well, the demand is there? Not really true. Some of it is correct, but actually it's because it's lack of manpower, resources, logistics, materials, all are the reason. And that's why you can see, wow, craziness, all right? This is what's happening right now in US steel. So imagine now you have to pay 2 times to 3 times the cost, because back in 2009 to 2019, the cost is about 800. That means that around that time itself, right, from here is about almost 800 series. So now you're telling me you're going to pay 1,600. So it's double the fee right now. So that means whatever you are buying now, you need to pay double the cost. So do you think that this will stay on? Well, I don't think so, in my most honest opinion. So that is why I'm sharing this with you guys, is that this thing will end soon, but it's just a matter of time. Okay. All right, that will be all for today's MAO. Thank you for staying on all the way. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you guys at 2 p.m. for our this afternoon MAO. All right, see you guys. Take care. Remember how to trade go. Cheers.